It is the longest, most grueling, most brutal off-road race in America. And as always, it's scorching hot in Vegas. Hello everybody, I'm Jack Corpella and welcome to the 24th running of Best in the Desert's Vegas to Reno. This year is extra special because the entry list is through the roof. We have smashed a record. It's also the richest purse in history, and the course is different. There's a lot of curveballs that will keep these drivers on their toes. But I'll tell you one thing that hasn't changed, and that is the punishing, taxing finish. It's all about survival and making your vehicle last. Hold on tight, everybody. Vegas to Reno starts now. Extremely challenging and unique terrain, rousing racing, and the vision of the late great Casey Folks living on. Welcome everybody to the Maxxis Tires Vegas to Reno presented by Fox. This year's race is the biggest, the richest, and will be the most punishing in history. My name's Jack Corpella, pleased to be joined by Supercross motocross legend Grant Langston. Grant, Vegas to Reno is finally here.
Just a special race for all these drivers out there. And as you mentioned, the track this year a little bit different. They've changed it up over the past few years. And this graph will give you a chance to see the changes over the past 3 years.
504 miles. The start is different. We now begin at an old abandoned airstrip south of Beatty that will present some unique opportunities for these racers, but it will be a fight to the finish, a war of attrition. Remember, no pre-run, so these changes take all the wily veterans right out of here. They're starting fresh just like anyone else.
You can see from the track there, from 2018, then 2019, now 2020, the length 504 miles. New starting area just outside Vegas. Some terrain that they're going to be familiar with, but definitely some new sections that's going to throw a curveball.
So much at stake. It's the second round of the Maxxis Triple Crown. $67,000 in bonus money up for grabs. And I know some of our past winners will be gunning for that. Like, of course, our 2016 Vegas to Reno winner, Andy McMillan. He has succeeded here, and he will be tough to beat here in 2020. Johnny Angel was the 2018 Vegas to Reno winner, told us the key was all about saving his truck and making it last. And that's what we'll see. It's a war of attrition. And there's Bryce Menzies, last year's winner. He starts in the second position today, looking to go back-to-back. And don't ever forget Mr. Vegas to Reno, Jason Voss. He's a four-time winner, Grant.
But it's been a little while, and for races, that feels like a long time. So you know he wants to get back on top.
And how about the old star showing up, the Desert Assassin? Cameron Steele is here, and guess what? He qualified number one.
We had, my mom said luck is when opportunity meets preparedness, and we were first off at qualifying, so we didn't have a lot of dust in the first half from the pre-run. And we just, we went pretty good. We didn't go super crazy because there was no berms. It was freshly bladed, and honestly, just the gods shined down on us. Maybe the number 43 helped out. We're racing in memory of our friend Greg Remsen, who passed away. His ashes are in the car with us and running his number. Part of our team for the last 7 years, and sadly he's not here anymore. So maybe a little sprinkle from above, whether it was him or Ox, my dad, Cody's mom. I mean, we're racing for all the people that have passed before us, Just maintain that first spot on the road. Critical is great pit stops, and these first few teams have incredible pit stops. So the pits have put us in the front before. Now we're in the front, and we need to pit to stay in the front.
It's going to be an emotional and sentimental race for Cameron. And Cameron's done so much throughout his career, but he's never won Vegas to Reno. Will he get it done today? We'll find out. Let's take a look at the field. Behind Cameron is the aforementioned Bryce Menzies, Luke McMillan, followed by Kyle Jurgensen, Robbie Gordon, Jason Voss, Rob McCachran. Take a look at this field. Grant, there's trucks and buggies as far as I can see. Everybody who's anybody is here.
Oh, I mean, you look down, you see Justin Lofton in 17th, another contender, of course. So much depth this year. It's going to be really interesting. Got drivers with new trucks, new setups, maybe some new crew members. Now's the time to put it all together.
Well, let's get it on. It's time to kick off the longest, most punishing off-road race in the United States of America. Here comes Cameron Steele with that Geyser Brothers built machine, 1,200 horsepower, ready to turn loose. And you know, I think this is so cool that Cameron is riding with the ashes of his good friend. A lot of people who love the beach want their ashes sprinkled in the ocean. The wishes of this individual are, put me in the truck and take me through Vegas to Reno. How cool is that?
Oh, it's absolutely awesome, but everyone has their own goals and dreams, and I think for some, would be it right here. Pinning it through the desert, clear track in front of you, no dust, setting the pace. Cameron, the truck looks good right now.
Cameron's got the pedigree. He's a Baja 1000 champion. And here comes last year's champion. This is Bryce Menzies. He'll be second off the line. He said he does not mind trailing Cameron. He said it would be nice to have somebody to follow for the first few stages of this race. A lot of times racers don't like being back there behind the dust, but I think with only one vehicle ahead of you, you're still going to have some good visibility.
Yeah, that definitely helps. Bryce, obviously one of the younger talents that has just gone from strength to strength over the years, and look for him to be strong today.
Yeah, Bryce has an interesting strategy. He told me he's going to take it easy the first third of the race and then really pour it on. And here comes Luke McMillan. What a season he's having, coming off a big win at the Silver State 300.
That's always nice to come into an event like this with that momentum. It always feels good. You know the truck will be dialed. But with some of these new sections, there's a little bit of that uncertainty of, are we going to make the right choices? There's going to be different terrain. See them fiddling with making a few adjustments.
And look at how quickly Luke breaks 100 miles an hour. These trucks are so powerful. Luke certainly has the pedigree. His dad is a 5-time overall winner in the Baja 1000. Talking about one of the hottest drivers on tour, Kyle Jurgensen. We normally see him in the 6100 category. Jonathan Brenthel took the reins in the 6100 truck. He said, Kyle, go get us some points in trophy truck.
Lovely opportunity for him. And you see when the drivers take off there's still a little bit of moisture just below the surface. But I think they got a little more rain at the start than they did a little further down the track. You can already see a few trucks into it, visibility already becoming a bit of a factor.
Kyle finished the season with 3 wins last year. He says that he can really tell the difference between the unlimited truck and the 6100. He said it's so hard not to overdrive, not to spin your tires in the corners when you're dealing with that much horsepower. And here comes Robbie Gordon, another off-road legend. I told you, Grant, they're all here.
From all different walks of life, but Robbie Gordon, I think everyone knows his background. Started as a truck racer as well, went to NASCAR. He's always had the passion for off-road racing. Great to see him back. Definitely not a spring chicken, but Robbie races like one for sure.
That 4-wheel drive truck is moving, and this is where visibility is starting to go away. You can see the co-driver looking at his watch. They're chomping at the bit. Jason Voss is ready to blast off. This is not unfamiliar territory for Jason, though. He's won this race starting from the number 12 position, so you never can count him out. Remember, it's not track position, it's elapsed time. You don't have to make a ton of passes to win the overall.
He's done it 4 times before, so knows exactly how to get it done. And they will know not to panic in the beginning, just keep it steady.
Yeah, and qualifying was a bit crazy. It was the first night qualifying session. That mixed things up. We're going to mix things up when we return.
The Maxxis Vegas to Reno by Fox is brought to you by Maxxis, your way to adventure. Optima Batteries, the ultimate power source. And by Lucas Oil, keep that engine alive.
Building a country is hard work. That's why Ford builds the Super Duty. To help build the roads, the buildings, and everything else that needs to get built. there are trucks. And then there's the new Ford Super Duty, the most capable heavy-duty pickup truck ever built.
Rugged radios. Work, race, play.
Hey Steve, where you at?
Experience clear communications through headsets or helmet kits.
I'm up on the hill to your right. Oh, there you are.
Talk vehicle to vehicle.
Keep radio contact going. Copy?
Talk to passengers.
Copy that, I gotcha.
And stream your favorite music. Complete communications for UTVs, base camp, toy haulers, or off-road vehicles. Rugged radios, the authority in communications.
The longest and most punishing off-road race in America is off to a great start. Welcome back to the Maxxis Tires Vegas to Reno, presented by Fox Shocks. There's a man running Fox Shocks and running quite well. Our leader, the legend, Cameron Steele.
Looking solid at the moment as we have a quick check-in, see where they're at in the race at the moment at about mile marker 60. And most of the front runners still look pretty even. Be curious to see how the times come in. Maybe some of them just staying out of that dust range, but still early in the race. A lot of drivers not wanting to overdo it early. Get settled, get the nerves down, get the feel of the truck underneath you.
Cameron's got his friend's ashes on board. What a sentimental ride for him. Cameron's done so much to put a Vegas to Reno win on his resume. You know it would mean the world. Uh-oh, looks like we've got problems already. This Vegas desert will claim some trucks, and that's Robbie Gordon having problems. He was running fourth. I don't know what's wrong, Grant.
Well, you know, it is a new truck, and a lot of times it's just those little gremlins you got to get worked out. The good news is it looks like he is getting back on course, so Robbie Gordon, a little delay there, but at least we're back in action.
Well, you know you'll have to overcome some adversity here. Bryce Menzies knows all about that. We talked to him about strategy earlier on.
Biggest thing is be smart. We got 515 miles to go, and I think what I did last year was wait till about 250, 300, and then we really started picking it up from there. Long race, we got 46 competitors out here in trophy trucks, so man, it's gonna be tough, but hopefully we could defend that win from last year and just play it smart and tell about race mile 300 and then go from there.
Very astute strategy. Jason Voss told me pretty much the same thing. He said in the beginning it's about conserving the truck, and then it's hammered down at the end.
That old saying, to finish first, you must first finish, and that is always at the top of every driver's mind. Lovely onboard shots here with Luke McMillan, the driver with a lot of confidence at the moment. Obviously, his truck is dialed coming off that win.
And McMillan's red hot, the 27-year-old out of California. He's raced Vegas to Reno 4 times. His best finish was in 2015 when he finished runner-up to Jason Voss. Looking to seal the deal here. And there is so much money at stake, but Scott Harden, the AMA Hall of Famer with the series who does a great job, he said, look, as much money's on the line, this is about bragging rights. This is what a racer wants to put on their resume, even more so than cashing that big check.
Oh, nice little clean there from the Jorgensen team with the Fox Shock on board. Just look at those hands. No death grip. Nice and comfortable. Even able to go one-handed. That's confidence and balance right there.
Kyle's done a great job handling the transition to trophy truck here for Brenthal Motorsports.
I'm sure they got to be happy at the moment with their decision they made. Always a bit of a risk when you move a driver from one class or one vehicle to another. But races are races.
And they still got a long way to go. Grant, how would you prepare for a race where there's no pre-run? You don't know what's coming at you.
I think it's like anything, having just knowledge of the local terrain, experience on this course or in the area, as well as just believing in yourself and your crew, your co-driver. A lot of these guys do get the opportunity to do some testing, but there's always that unknown. You can see part of the track getting pretty rough there. Jason Voss just getting nice and loose through there, but under control.
Yeah, and look at the amount of roost he's throwing as visibility continues to deteriorate here. Let's take a look at our points heading in. Jason Voss is your leader, trailed by just 1 point by the hometown man, Steve Olagus. He has a Ford dealership here. He's followed closely by Tracy Graff, John Bowers, Kevin Thompson, not much separates our field. There's a lot at stake here, not just money and bragging rights, but also those valuable championship points. And Grant, we're hearing Jason may have a tire going down.
Well, they're obviously going to have to pit and change that. Got a feeling some of the drivers will elect to just carry on, but if you got a tire going down, you don't have a choice. Maybe they can get it changed quickly without losing too much ground.
Well, the bad news is you never want a problem this early. The good news is it did happen close to the pit area. And here comes the Hall of Famer, Rob McCachran, another individual, believe it or not, who has never won Vegas to Reno. Rob's basically won every major off-road race except this one. Goes to show just how tough it is.
Oh, absolutely. And another Fox shock on board as Rob enters the pits, slows down. Watching that speed through here. Now, it's going to be interesting because we did see Voss in the pits. Is this going to be an opportunity for Rob to leapfrog him? Is that him off to the right?
Yes, it is. Oh, frustrating.
You can see the crew off to the side, and then you just saw Rob go by, and the expression says it all right there.
Jason Voss is so competitive. You know, that one hurts. On the bright side, he's still got plenty of race course to try to reel in McCachran. As we take a look at Harley Lettner, young man out of Corona, California. He's had a great 2020 so far. The problem for a lot of these drivers, from what I'm hearing in the pits, is it's been tough to get out and test during the 2020 shutdown. It's been a strange year. Well, we've got a lot to sort out. Stay with us. Vegas to Reno rolls on.
There's torque. Then there's 1,050 pound-feet of available best-in-class torque. There's towing. Then there's up to 37,000 pounds of available best-in-class towing. There's backing up a trailer. Then there's backing up with available class-exclusive Pro Trailer Backup Assist. In other words, there are trucks. And then there's the new Ford Super Duty, the most capable heavy-duty pickup truck ever built.
Rugged radios. Work, race, play.
Hey, Steve, where you at?
Experience clear communications through headsets or helmet kits.
I'm up on the hill to your right. Oh, there you are.
Talk vehicle to vehicle.
Keep radio contact going. Copy?
Talk to passengers.
Copy that, I gotcha.
And stream your favorite music. Complete communications for UTVs, base camp, toy haulers, or off-road vehicles. Rugged radios. The authority in communications.
The flagship race for Best in the Desert rolls on. It is the Maxxis Vegas to Reno presented by Fox. Jack Rapella and Grant Langston here with you. We've got a new leader. Cameron Steele is having brake problems, and last year's champ is reasserting his dominance. Bryce Menzies to the front. Let's give you an idea of where he's at. Mile marker 165. Still a long way to go here.
I'm sure he's enjoying the clear track. No dust for him at the moment. But a little further down, starting to catch the motorcycles now is Menzies, so this could be interesting.
Yeah, interesting and terrifying.
Sure.
The motorcycles start early in the morning, but Grant, I got to ask you, I know you're the expert. I don't know if I'd like one of these 1,200 horsepower trucks coming up alongside my motorcycle.
Oh, that would definitely scare you. As you see, smart move by him, just pulled right off the course there. And now on board with Luke McMillan, still heading strong. You can see some visibility, but not probably as much as you'd like. Kind of like driving in the fog sometimes. You would like just a little more clear vision. This tight corner, you can tell everyone is getting a little... comes up quickly on them, I guess, when you go at that speed, and it's pretty sharp.
And Luke told me once you get past the first 20 miles, he doesn't anticipate many places to pass. It's just too hard to get close with that much dust in the air. Here comes Kyle Jurgensen through one of the pit areas. Having a great run so far.
See his co-driver trying to hand him some sort of an energy pouch. It's a long day behind the wheel, so you need the hydration, supplies, food.
Yeah, it takes a lot of mental training. It takes a lot of physical endurance to keep your composure and your concentration through 504 miles. Let's give you a look at the running order. Bryce Menzies out in front, followed by Luke McMillan, Kyle Jurgensen, who we just saw in third, Jason Voss up to fourth, and Cameron Steele for now hanging on to a top 5. We'll see if those guys can get it together.
Cameron having a few little issues there with some brakes, but still in it, so that's nice. Jason Voss, once again, the wily veteran, slowly sneaking up, 4th place on track at the moment, so heading in the right direction.
When Voss is on, look out. He won the season opener this year, the Parker race, by 25 minutes.
Yeah, that was that was a clinic that they put on at that event. But hopefully no more issues. They look like they're running at full speed.
Yeah, a lot of different strategies here, too. A lot of driver changes. And there's Cameron Steele working his way back up through the field. I know Cameron plans on doing a driver change at some point, and we've got destruction all over this race course. We're hearing Rob McCachran has a flat. He just got past. And how about Tracy Graff able to keep going? Wait till you see what happened to Tracy moments ago.
Yeah, Tracy obviously still in the points battle, wants to keep going. We hear a pretty good crash from the Canadian. Take a look at this. It's going along. And gets a little sideways and
oh no! Rolls it multiple times. Tough break there for Tracy. You never know when one of these holes out here in the desert will reach out and grab you.
Yeah, you could see they got just a little sideways coming into it and then just caught and then pitched them pretty hard. Good to see them climbing out. I still cannot believe that truck is drivable, but if you can drive it, you got to get going and get valuable points.
That's one tough Canadian. Great job by the Lucas Oil helicopter team to keep a close watch on this race. Thank goodness those guys are okay and possibly able to finish. Well, Trophy Truck is not the only category competing. The Buggies are out there as well, and number 1 qualifier Dave Mason Jr. with the MAV TV Stronghold machine is having a great run.
Lovely to see that. Cool to see the suspension working, tires working, the drivers, crew just keeping them in tune.
900 horsepower. These Buggies make 39-inch tires, everything you need to get it done. And nobody knows that better than the only guy I know who runs this alone, our point leader, Sam Barry. He comes in with a 3-point lead over a very hungry and competitive field.
Yeah, point's still pretty close, but Sam Barry, it's unbelievable how long that man's been around and does it solo. Kudos to him, on board with Dave Mason Jr. Now you can see we're getting to part of the track. Little more motion from the steering wheel, from the hands.
And keep an eye on this individual because Jake Johnson is on the move. He really appears to be on his game today. It's just one of those days if he can keep it together. You never know when the mechanical gremlin will sneak up, but if he can maintain this pace, he's going to have an excellent outing.
Oh, just using all the road out there, climbing up the banks, trying to be perfect on where they put that buggy. You'll see the buggy will float a little bit and then catch the edges, almost like banking off the berm. But you don't want to do it too much and end up like Tracy Graff. But
Cody Parkhouse on the move. The father-son operation, former Vegas to Reno winner, looking good out there.
Yeah, they'll switch at some point. That's really fun father-son action. Lad Gilbert, 4th on track. And Sam Barry.
The one-man band. Can you believe he does this all alone? I asked him why. He said, I don't want anyone to bother me. But, I think a lot of racers appreciate the help. Somebody to get out and help in case of a problem. Sam has to do this all by himself, and he's been quite successful at it.
Yeah, still unbelievable for his age, what he's able to do. And on track, this is Sarah Price, and
whoa! I didn't know we were going to see a little short course action here. What up? Get out the way. We got much, much more coming back. Stay with us. Vegas to Reno continues.
Rugged Radios. Work, race, play.
Hey, Steve, where you at?
Experience clear communications through headsets or helmet kits.
I'm up on the hill to your right. Oh, there you are.
Talk vehicle to vehicle.
Keep radio contact going. Copy?
Talk to passengers.
Copy that, I gotcha.
And stream your favorite music. Complete communications for UTVs, base camp, toy haulers, or off-road vehicles. Rugged Radios, the authority in communications.
Building a country is hard work. That's why Ford builds the Super Duty. To help build the roads, the buildings, and everything else that needs to get built. There are trucks. And then there's the new Ford Super Duty, the most capable heavy-duty pickup truck ever built.
We're about halfway in this grueling 504-mile Nevada sprint. It is the Maxxis Tires Vegas to Reno presented by Fox Shocks. There's our number one qualifier in the 6100 category, Ryan Hancock, competing with short course perfectionist Brock Hager, and they're having a great run so far, but they're going to have to hold off a fast-charging Ray Griffith.
Yeah, a lot of talent in those two trucks with those drivers from different walks of life, some short course, some desert, so great overall knowledge.
You want to talk about a rising star, Jack's Redline, only 15 years old. Last year, that was actually an unlimited trophy truck. They brought it down to the 6100 category. They changed engines, changed tires, changed wheels, and here we are. Pierce Herbst having a good run so far. He's fourth in 6100.
Yeah, the youngest of the Herbst family, who are really entrenched in off-road racing.
6100 category, quite a bit different than trophy truck. You're dealing with about 430 horsepower crate motors, still a lot of travel in the suspension, 24 inches in the front, 30 inches in the rear, and the trucks aren't quite as expensive as we see in the unlimited class, but very difficult to drive. Bryce Menzies knows that well because he can drive just about anything, and he is still leading the way here.
Looking good out front there. That truck is really strong at the moment as we have a look at Luke McMillan, just leaving the speed restricted area, back on the gas. This gives you a great shot at actually how much elevation change they go through. A lot of blind crests, dips.
That was one thing Casey folks loved. He loved showing off the scenery of the Nevada desert. He loved stopping in all these little mining towns. So many interesting stories intertwined. This race is certainly a happening that many, many people in this state look forward to all year long.
Luke McMillan driving very strong. Just a little off the lead, but really in great position at the moment. His truck really looks stable out there.
Here's Kyle Jurgensen doing a great job. I'm still so astounded at how he's been able to handle the transition from about 400 horsepower to 1,200 horsepower. Can't be easy.
No, definitely not. It's a testament to the talent of these drivers and the ability to adjust.
Versatility is key if you want to survive Vegas to Reno. And the Cameron Steel Machine moving up. Bobby Pecoy is now in the driver's seat. We had a driver's change, Grant.
Well, they often say after halfway, the pace will pick up. Well, you put a fresh driver that's excited, who's been waiting half a day, oh yeah, they're going to pin it. And at the moment, you can hear that truck just wide open as it disappears.
And we hear they're running without any brakes at all. That's not easy. You're certainly going to need brakes out there. Kevin Thompson is setting a nice, fast pace.
Look how cool that is. The roost coming off the front tires, off the side, as they use those little sidewalls, those berms you see there. Boom! Oh, look at that big roost. Also, you got to be careful. You don't want to rip the bead off or do that. That'll scrub some speed, cost him a little bit of time there. just shows you how on the edge these drivers are.
Kevin Thompson is the fresh driver. That's an interesting strategy as well, where some teams plan to do it with one driver, others will change. Kind of like in baseball, you let the starter go so long, you bring in the relief guy to take it home. We'll see what strategy pays off. Luke McMillan, was that Bryce Menzies? We've got a new leader and a lot to sort out. Stay with us. Vegas to Reno is heating up.
Rugged Radios. Work, race, play.
Hey, Steve, where you at?
Experience clear communications through headsets or helmet kits.
I'm up on the hill to your right. Oh, there you are.
Talk vehicle to vehicle.
Keep radio contact going. Copy?
Talk to passengers.
Copy that, I gotcha.
And stream your favorite music. Complete communications for UTVs, base camp, toy haulers, or off-road vehicles. Rugged Radios, the authority in communications.
There's torque. Then there's 1,050 pound-feet of available best-in-class torque. There's towing. Then there's up to 37,000 pounds of available best-in-class towing. There's backing up a trailer. Then there's backing up with available class-exclusive Pro Trailer Backup Assist. In other words, there are trucks. And then there's the new Ford Super Duty, the most capable heavy-duty pickup truck ever built.
The reason this year's Vegas to Reno is the richest purse in history is because of the Triple Crown program, all thanks to our friends at Maxxis. There's so much excitement for this respected tire manufacturer.
You know, we're really proud of that. We love to be part of that program. We love to be part of this race program. It's important, you know, I mean, we make product for literally everything that races best in the desert. So it only made sense that we would partner with you guys and actually come out here and offer a good both racing program and a contingency program, because we all know it costs a lot of money to race. We've been doing off-road forever. Company's been around 45 years. We build excellent product, and we just came into this venue thinking, what can we do here? So we've got a lot of existing product that's really good, and we're introducing a new UTV-specific tire for the desert program. We're super proud. The initial testing's gone good. We're in pre-production now, and we look forward to seeing that before the season's out.
It was great to spend some time with our friends from Maxxis, and we want to thank them again for adding so much bonus money to this series this year. Bonus money that Bryce Menzies is hoping to win, because check this out, Grant. Bryce was able to get the lead back.
Well, we do believe that Luke had some issues as well. It sounds like a flat. So just exchanging a flat. So, hey, we talk about the racing always happening on the track. It was coming down to how quickly could they change it and get going.
And here's another reason why Vegas to Reno is so taxing and punishing. As we close in on a finish here, keep in mind, the last 15 miles is the absolute most brutal. It is nothing but boulders over a mountain pass, and all of these drivers, including Luke McMillan, have to be mindful of that.
You can see just the rocks being flung up as they come towards the camera. Luke looking good, so obviously got all 4 tires aired up.
Well, let's go back and see if we can figure out how Menzies was able to get past Luke. Oh, Luke stopped for the tire change. There goes Bryce. And Bryce in the #1 spot once again.
This is a great drive. Thompson moving forward. These guys were a little further back, but he has been on the gas. There you see the number 70 of Kevin Thompson heading towards us. He's sneaky, moving forward. Keep an eye on him as this race starts heading towards the finish.
And the weather is rapidly changing. It's been brutally hot today. I think we peaked out about 107 degrees, starting to cool down. And I hear maybe even a little bit of rain in the forecast in Reno. It does rain in the desert, believe it or not.
Yeah, when it's that hot, that often does lead to that. As we go a little further through the order, as we see Christian Surapis, he, I'm sure, would like to be a little closer to the front. another driver that's been a contender, usually in the top 5. We see him a lot in that Corona Extra, number 6.
Scored a win last season. Former standout college athlete. He was a sprinter. And I'll tell you who's sprinting right now. That's Caden McCachran, Rob's son, 7th place on track.
Yeah,
moving up well.
We heard Rob had a back injury. Probably assumed that maybe he hit one of those big G outs and had to get out of the truck. So handing it over to the youngster, see if he can impress Dad.
Caden doing a great job so far, and certainly we wish Rob McCachran all the best. Hate to hear that. It can be punishing and it can be brutal. You got a lot of travel in that suspension, but that doesn't mean it's not going to take a toll on your body.
Behind him, Andy McMillan, 8th place on track. Another solid drive from him.
Eric Usted up to 9th place on track. Gotta feel good if you get to this point and you've been able to pick up a few positions and everything's staying together and your prep work is really shining through. It's just, how do you keep it together when you know the toughest section is still yet to come?
Yeah, momentum is always a great thing to have on your side. Rounding out the top 10, Adam Householder. All these guys in good position at the moment.
Adam hasn't had great luck here. He's looking to reverse the curse. We'll find out if he can do it when we return.
The Maxxis Vegas to Reno by Fox is brought to you by Ford. Built Ford tough. Fox. Redefine your limits. Ride Fox. And by K&N. Superior airflow, superior performance.
Building a country is hard work. That's why Ford builds the Super Duty. To help build the roads, the buildings, and everything else that needs to get built. There are trucks. And then there's the new Ford Super Duty, the most capable heavy-duty pickup truck ever built.
Rugged radios. Work, race, play.
Hey, Steve, where you at?
Experience clear communications through headsets or helmet kits.
I'm up on the hill to your right. Oh, there you are.
Talk vehicle to vehicle.
Keep radio contact going. Copy?
Talk to passengers.
Copy that, I gotcha.
And stream your favorite music. Complete communications for UTVs, base camp, toy haulers, or off-road vehicles. Rugged radios. The authority in communications.
For this year, we've really taken a step further with our racing program. We've got a lot more involvement from an engineering standpoint. Working directly with our factory racers, we want to give them all the tools, resources, everything that they need to be successful on the race course, which obviously in turn allows us to go and talk about the performance of our vehicles. So I think more than ever, we're working closer with our race team. We're excited to have our entire fleet of factory racers out here racing. Brandon Sims starting right up there in the front, Mitch Guthrie Jr., Wayne Matlock's out here, Craig Scanlon. We truly have our A-list, our entire roster of racers, and we're excited for the unlimited class, the naturally aspirated class, Seth Quintero coming off a big win at Silver State. So we're excited to have our entire team of racers out here, and we'll see what happens.
And we are closing in on a finish on the most back-breaking, exhausting off-road race in America. Here comes Bryce Menzies. He's first to the line, but is it good enough for the back-to-back win? We don't know yet, Grant.
Well, this race may literally come down to which one of these teams had the quicker tire change. They both had the same issue with the flat. They were very close on track, and I got to imagine this has got to be so nerve-wracking for Menzies. the weight and see if it's enough.
An infallible performance nonetheless as McMillan sprints to the line. Remember, it was a minute split at the start, so Luke's got an opportunity to still steal this overall away.
I don't know. I think with no dust in front of him, it might be a slightly larger gap.
Checkered flag. Now it's all up to timing and scoring. They're quick. Grant, we're hearing Menzies is your back-to-back winner. What a performance. Let's talk to him.
Oh, man, what a day. You know, we started second. Cameron got a flat. We got around him. And then we actually had a problem, got a flat. 2 people got by us, so I'm like, oh, man, it's going to be a long day in the dust. And just held it steady, played it smart like I was saying. Got to race mile about 300, past Luke. And then from there, we just put the gas down and kept making minutes on people. So 2 years in a row. It should have been 3 years in a row. 1 flat tire all day. That's insane. My co-driver, Orn, killed it. This is one of the most technical courses I race all year long. One of the fastest roads, and you have to have a guy next to you that you trust to win this race. And I just want to thank everybody that helps me out, my whole team, Red Bull, Amsoil, Fox Shocks all day long, worked perfect. My hat's off to Toyota Tires. Unbelievable how good these tires were all day, especially with how rocky it was. KMC wheels, everybody that's on board, Amsoil. This truck was running hot all day, but that oil is so good it didn't even matter. So we just kept running it, and we're here first, baby.
Congratulations.
You!
Couple things there. What an insatiable competitor. He goes back to back. He's talking about the year he didn't win, and I think his truck literally had wings. Well, Steve Olagus has wings. The hometown Ford dealer owner is keeping himself up there in the points series, that's for sure. Kevin Thompson races to 3rd across the line. Let's catch up with Luke McMillan.
It was a good day. Not a great day, but you know, it is what it is. We had a really good first half. We were just following the guys, and then not sure how elaborate I want to go into my issues, but we had a drivetrain issue early on. Just kept moving, keeping our momentum going. You know, just Rosler style, just going through the turns, just with a little more speed, and to make sure we could carry out of it and not hurt the driveline anymore. But we got by Menzies with the flat tire, and we're first on the road, and I knew we just had to keep moving, and then we got a flat tire, and he got back by us. And we were following him, and you know, he's real quick in that all-wheel drive. But then from the last pit in, we dinged our drive shaft and had a pretty gnarly vibration, and I think we have something else going on back there from the ding as well. So we had to really baby it in, unfortunately. But we're here, and I really hope we stick on the podium. But we'll have to see. There's a train behind us coming that might get us on time. But overall, it was a good day. So I got to thank my team and 4 Wheel Parts and Piston Pete's beer, of course. I'm ready for one of those, and of course, BF Goodrich Tires and Method Race Wheels.
Well, Grant, hats off to those guys for overcoming a lot of adversity as Jason Voss makes it across the line.
Yeah, every driver is going to have their story to tell, and you can tell over those 500 miles, a lot of interesting things going on and different strategies. Jason Voss, solid finish. Don't think it's going to be enough to get him the win this year, as we see Robbie Gordon at full speed again, heading towards us.
A great perseverance out there by Robbie, too. He's overcome some issues. Well, I do believe we have our 3rd finisher, Kevin Thompson, standing by.
It's right up there, man. It really is. I hate it. I think I cost us the win with these flats. But, man, you know, just where we're sitting between McMillans and Menzies and now Voss behind us. I mean, come on, we're racing the best of the best, and we put the hammer to them. We had them. I think we had them in this race if I didn't get these silly flats. But everybody gets flats, so whatever. But it's up there.
Everybody wants to win, but with more than 40 trucks, hey, a podium isn't so bad. Let's take a look at the results. Menzies gets the win, followed by Kevin Thompson, Luke McMillan, Jason Voss in 4th, Andy McMillan 5th, Steve Serapis 6th, Eric Busted 7th, and I'll tell you, a lot to sort out still. We've got more when we come back. Vegas to Reno will continue.
Rugged Radios. Work, race, play.
Hey, Steve, where you at?
Experience clear communications through headsets or helmet kits.
I'm up on the hill to your right. Oh, there you are.
Talk vehicle to vehicle.
Keep radio contact going. Copy?
Talk to passengers.
Copy that, I gotcha.
And stream your favorite music. Complete communications for UTVs, base camp, toy haulers, or off-road vehicles. Rugged Radios, the authority in communications.
There's torque. Then there's 1,050 pound-feet of available best-in-class torque. There's towing. Then there's up to 37,000 pounds of available best-in-class towing. There's backing up a trailer. Then there's backing up with available class-exclusive Pro Trailer Backup Assist. In other words, there are trucks, and then there's the new Ford Super Duty, the most capable heavy-duty pickup truck ever built.
The Maxxis Vegas to Reno by Fox is brought to you by Maxxis, your way to adventure. Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance. And by Lucas Oil, keep that engine alive.
Finishing up what has been another exciting Maxxis Vegas to Reno presented by Fox. Jack Rapella and Grant Langston here with you. And here comes Jake Johnson. He'll be the first buggy across the line, Grant.
Always a great feeling crossing that line first. You don't know what happened behind you yet, but at least you know no one was able to get past Mike Fry, sitting in second place at points.
Yeah, timing and scoring is busy. We've got some buggies on the move, but we do know Jake was first across the line. Let's go get his thoughts.
We had a wonderful day, and man, our crew did great. Josh did great. We got one mystery flat. We have no idea what happened. We had to get out and change it. Other than that, we had a flawless day. Probably going to tear up, but I wish Casey Folks was here to see this. I've been racing since 07. My first race ever was Vegas to Reno in 07, and that's when I met Casey. The Best in the Desert does an amazing job, but this tops it. This definitely tops it. This is right up there with getting married to my wife and having my children. I mean, this is it. And again, Josh did an amazing job over here in the passenger seat, and we just brought it home.
It's official, and you know Casey's smiling down. His son's doing a great job carrying on this race. And I do believe Brandon Bailey's standing by.
Yeah, I feel like we had a good day. Dave Mason started the race and went to 225 and did a great job. I think Jake still had us on time at that point. We got a flat probably 100 miles ago that kind of put us down, and I think that's ultimately what kept us from getting the win. But we're here, we're stoked. I mean, it definitely was a good points day for us. That's why we're out here, is trying to do our thing to get a championship this year. So I think we'll see where it ends up, but we're glad to be here.
The sweet euphoria of a podium finish. Jake Johnson gets the win. The MAV TV crew comes in second. Cody Parkhouse takes third. Well, let's talk to our winner in the 6100 category, an emotional Ray Griffith.
Well, we had a perfect day going. Ryan Hancock and Brock Hager in the Alexander truck were on a good one halfway through, and then we started moving. We knew we had to go, and at pit 10, after the guys fueled me my last time and put some fresh BF Goodrich tires on the back, I knew I was going to charge. So we started charging really hard, and there was a trophy truck in between me and Alexander. I believe it was Olagus. And we were in the dust a little bit, and all of a sudden we kind of had a mystery flat. It started going down on us. So we got out and changed it. Had an issue with the jack. It was tough.
Right now, whatever it is.
Yeah, the air is still leaking. I don't know what happened to our air jack, but so we pulled another secondary jack out, got the tire changed. One trophy truck got by us, and then from there on we just had to charge. And about 10 miles back, Alexander was on the side with the flat themselves. So we got by him. It was pouring down rain. We couldn't see anything, but we knew we had to go. So hopefully we got the guys behind us on time, but hopefully that flat didn't hurt us.
And that team overcame a flat tire, a broken jack, and a broken GPS to win it all. Ryan Hancock officially comes in second. And how about the young 15-year-old Jax Redline rounding out your top 3? Keep an eye on him in years to come, Grant.
Yeah, really impressive from that youngster. As we have a look at the standings of Best in the Desert 1400 class, Jason Voss on top. Not a huge lead, though.
Sam Berry maintains his lead. Brandon Bailey only 3 points behind. Only 4 points behind is Michael Fry. This is really going to set up an exciting conclusion to the 2020 season. Driven home by our standings in the 6100 category, we are tied. Kyle Jurgensen and Ray Griffith at a dead tie heading into the latter stages of this season. Many classes out here competing. Let's give you a small taste. Grant, I know something you would enjoy doing this on a motorcycle or an ATV.
Oh, absolutely. You can tell these riders took off early. It's a long, grueling day, but as you alluded to, many different categories, and we actually have, yes, the car winner, Ricky Brabeck, the first American to do it, and we had a chance to catch up with him earlier.
You know what? We had a horrible start position. We started 10th, and at a race like this, it's not the best. The dust is horrible out there. It's really thick. The course really fast, making it super dangerous for everybody. I was behind the leader at pit 12, and then unfortunately he went down and hit the deck. So I stayed with him for about 4 to 5 minutes, make sure he was all right, and then that's where I got in the physical lead and actually some clean air. So, you know, I'm really stoked that I was able to grab a win, and I know that Skylar Howes is okay. He's the one that was leading all day. And, you know, he kept me honest all day, and he kept the focus, you know, 100% today. It was definitely hard, and yeah, we're just stoked.
Another incredible performance by that young man. So many different categories out there competing. It was a busy day, and I'll tell you, the UTV class was just jammed.
Yeah, you see Seth Quintero, the Red Bull backing. You can also tell how much this course deteriorated throughout the day.
I think so many competitors were just starving for action. Hats off to Best in the Desert for being able to put this event on in this pandemic year. They had to jump through some hoops and make sure all their I's were dotted and T's were crossed, and they did a wonderful job making sure this race could be contested safely.
Yeah, absolutely. As they alluded to, great turnout, great racing, a lot of drama, as you heard from drivers, a lot of flats, just part of dealing with Vegas to Reno. And even weather change throughout the day made this really challenging for both man and machine.
And of course, this year breaking a record in terms of number of entries has us looking forward to what will the silver anniversary of Vegas to Reno bring. It'll be 25 years in 2021. Some great performances all around in the many categories. If this looks like fun, it's because it is. Come on out and do it. In fact, I'm going to lay a challenge down right now as we take a look at the many different classes of competition. Next year, it's been announced it'll be Reno to Vegas for the first time ever. Grant, I'm laying down the challenge. I think you got to blow the dust off of one of the old bikes. Let's get you out there. You think you could handle a little Best in the Desert action?
No matter what I say right now, I'll probably have a different mindset when I'm done after this grueling event. But man, it would be challenging, be awesome, and I think something we might have to just tick off the bucket list.
Well, that would be cool to see. I hope it does come to pass. We appreciate it, guys. We hope you enjoyed it. We told you it would be exciting. We told you it would be exhilarating. The longest off-road race in America delivered. For Grant Langston, I'm Jack Corpella. We'll see you next time